Yo, what's going on? What's up? What's up? What's up? This is your boy Big Miz from the zoo. And we are back in the Red Room. In this situation right here, this is from all the non-stop reoccurring unalivings that's been now taking place in the Georgia Department of Corrections. So I have now a list of Red Room videos that I will be displaying for y'all. But this situation right here speaks on the non-stop, closely knitted unalivings in your cell with your cellmate. And this story right here is altered a little bit to protect both parties in this situation. And I'm not in the field of protecting the murderers of these inmates on this inmate to inmate violence, but to protect myself and bring these stories to y'all, I have to do some type of rearranging. But this is how the situation went. This is in Ware State Prison, Level 5 Camp in Waycross, Georgia. And you never know what's going to take place with your cellmate in your cell to have something escalate to the point where you can find yourself unalived, or you're having to pour somebody else out to keep yourself alive. And this story right here is dedicated to Christopher Henry and the remembrance of Christopher Henry. And my condolences to you and to the family and loved ones of this gentleman. But he was arguing with his cellmate. And it was reported that people are hearing them arguing through the night. And they knew that his cellmate was a wild individual anyway. And they always kept up some type of tit for tat thing going on. But it said this night, you can hear them really like yelling kind of loud at each other or whatever. And then you kind of heard some rumbling in the cell. And people were listening through the walls like, yo, that sound like they really going at it this time. Like, something going on. Then you hear boom. Now you hear people hitting walls and stuff like that. And if you're listening through another cell, you can kind of hear exactly what's going on. If you know the prison life in the chain gang, you know that somebody is hitting these walls hard or hitting the railing of the bunk. You can hear somebody's head getting rammed into a bunk, and then you can tell that somebody is getting over on the other person. You can hear the sneaker movement on these waxed floors in these cells, and you can know that somebody is getting over on the other person because it sounds like a one-way fight. And this was his cellmate getting over on him. Like, I'm talking about, I heard that he pulled out that thing and started poking him non-stop, just hitting him and hitting him and hitting him. And this dude is trying to get out the cell. He's trying to get towards that door, but he has a vice type grip on him, and he's pouring him out, stabbing him all in this chest area and stuff like that. But he's holding him this way, have him up, just stab him fast. It wasn't like very deep stabs, but it was enough to get him to start pouring out so much. And then they said he got him one good time in his artery, and this was started making like constant bleeding and then internal bleeding. Now he's trying to turn around and fight for his life, but it was to no avail. The dude just kept going and going and going. And the crazy part about this is after this situation was done, he takes his roommate and lays him back into his bunk and starts putting covers over him, because certain type of unalivers or murderers, they can't take the sight of what they did, the aftermath of what they did. So he's covering up the face so he don't see the unalived face. And then he goes and he lays down himself. And this is taking place in the hole. This is in the hole. So it was no getting out that cell in the first place. He just wanted to try to get some help. And then when morning came, bro, when morning came, sources say that the people next door to them, their cellmates next door, is calling out for Buddy. And asking him, is he alright? They say, yo, you alright over there? Like, cause they knew that they heard a lot of ruckus, like late in the night, and they heard some rumbling going on over there. And you can tell that something was taking place, and they just wanted to see if this man was alright. And what his roommate said to them left them quiet. And the people that was listening in the other cell on the other side, that can hear when he yelled out, nah, he gone, man. He gone, bro. He dead. And they sat over there. I was like, damn. Because they could have did something or started kicking on them doors while they heard that situation going on. They could have started rocking them doors. You know what I'm saying? So an officer can come in and be like, yo, what's going on? Where's that? What's up, man? What's cell? And they could have tried to get him some help, even if it was to try to resuscitate him and bring him back to life or something like that. But they chose to mind their business in a time that he needed them the most. And these situations is too closely knitted. You don't know when the attack is going to come, where it's going to come from, and at what time. If they catch you sleeping, they catch you writing and they're behind you, you're looking out the window, or you're on the toilet using the restroom, and they attack you. They can attack you in some very vulnerable moments. The worst person to have as a enemy inside the prison is your cellmate, because this is where you piss, and you sleep, and where you're supposed to feel the most like chill at. When you let your guard down is when them doors close. You shouldn't have the enemy inside the cell with you, man. And once again, this situation right here is dedicated to Christopher Henry. Rest in peace to Christopher Henry, man. It's sad, these unalivings that's taking place in the Georgia Department of Corrections, man. It's really sad. It's not a good thing. It's a reoccurrence. The death toll is very, very high. And it's going to be a lot of slow singing and flower bringing this year. Trust me. This your boy Big Miz from the zoo. And thank y'all for coming into the Red Room with me. Y'all take it easy, y'all. Peace. Yo, what's going on, y'all? What up? What up? This is your boy Big Miz from the zoo. And I am back in the Red Room. And tonight we're going to be talking about a situation that I was very closely involved in. And this actual situation is over with. So there's no need to be in the comments like asking Why didn't I get life for this situation or extra time? The situation has already been resolved years ago. But this took place in Valdosta State Prison, and it was one of my brothers at the time, the second Bateen that I met inside the Georgia Department of Corrections. He was actually telling me about his cellmate, and he was very bothered. He would come to Jumawa, this Friday meeting time for the Muslims to come for congregational prayer, and after the kupar that the imam would give, this brother be walking with me, talking to me, and he looked at real disturbed in the face, and he was telling me that he thinks that his roommate, like he's allowing his roommate to use his phone, but he's thinking that his roommate is going inside of his camera roll and looking at his wife's pictures, and he told him, do not go into my camera roll, period. But he's feeling that this dude is going in there and looking at videos and pictures of this man's wife, and he's pleasing himself to it. And he was telling me, when he looked at me, he was like, yo, if I find out that this nigga is going inside my photos and my videos, just the thought of him violating me like that, I'ma pull buddy out so bad, man. He was like, yo, I'm gonna kill him in there. Like, Allah, I'm gonna off you, ma. And I was like, yo, don't even think like that. I was like, yo, what? Aren't y'all cool? Like, that's just silly. Like, you ain't like tapped in with him. He was like, yeah, bro, but it's something about him, man. Like, he be moving too slick, man. He be thinking everything cool, and the smile that be on his face, bro. Like, if I catch him, if I catch him. And when he said that, it resonated with me. I thought about it, like, just the thought of that betrayal, laughing and kikiing and eating with this dude every night. Y'all talking when y'all locked down, like, you get close with individuals. You do. And y'all get a certain type of bond. Like, usually this person will go all out for you when stuff pop off, even if they're not affiliated with the same thing that you're affiliated with. Y'all grow a bond. And he's feeling that this dude might be trying to violate him in the worst way and getting off to this man's wifey, the person that's holding him down, that he been loving since the streets. And now that he's in this type of predicament, things go to the max. It's on 1,000 already. And bro, the day came where we had to get pushed out of Jumawa quick. Something was going on, and they're shooting us back to the dorm, bro. And this man had his phone. And when we was coming into the dorm, we was walking. He was in the dorm with me. We were going upstairs. He's only a couple doors down from me. And he was talking about it. It was like he talked the situation up. We walking in there, and you see he got the towel in the door. He got it locked, like if he's using the bathroom. And he was on a whole nother level. You know what I'm saying? Bateen was off the chain. Yes, he did have a life sentence, and he was fighting that life sentence, so that was bothering him as well. But this is how that story took a turn. I started knocking on the door, and when he did that, he noticed it was a crack in the door, and he's looking inside this door, and I'm talking about he just exploded. When he looked, he saw enough that he needed to see. Whatever he saw, that was Ox's eyes visioning in on his deepest fear and his regret of this betrayal and not getting him sooner. But now he saw with his own eyes, and he banging on the door, telling him to open up the door, and Buddy trying to put himself together, that he go and open the door. And I took no time. He took no time. He said what he said to him, and he was like, no, that wasn't your people, that wasn't your people. Ak is already going. Boom, they're fighting. And I'm not thinking that there's no tools around or nothing. I see them fighting. And dude is trying to come out the cell. And when he came out the cell, I'm not gonna lie, I was standing there. It was other brothers standing around and coming towards the cell too to see what's going on with the brother. But I already started hooking off on this dude. And when he balled up or whatever, I pushed him back into that cell. And when that took place, I'm saying in at least that 15 seconds or 10 seconds that I'm hitting him and threw him back in that cell, bro, and I green lighted the door, Ak was already going to get his tool. And he had something long and sharp and attacked this dude from the blind side, from the back. And this brother went so berserk on this dude. I'm talking about, when I tell y'all overkill is a thing, it's a thing. He was pouring Buddy out. He had to at least puncture this dude at least like 70 times. And I walked up to the cell and I'm looking like, oh, because I didn't think that I pushed this man into a situation where now he has to go life for life in there. And they both probably had tools in the cell, but Ak done upped his already and started pouring Buddy out. I'm looking from the other side and I'm thinking, like, what did I get myself involved in? What did I just do? Because I'm short time and these dudes got life. But at that time, there was no thinking. He was trying to get out. I was hitting him, dicing up and putting back in the cell so they can keep on rocking. That's all. But what I watched and what I witnessed looking into that cell, bro, it was like a horror show. It was like a horror show. This brother was so angry. It's like he was losing his mind in there. All I see is blood coming up. Every time he go in and pull back, you're seeing blood all over his shirt, his hands, on his neck, like his blood on his face from the other individual. While he just down bad in this dude. And the guy is he's trying to get back out of there, but the door is green lighted. And this dude met his demise in that cell. And there was a big investigation about the situation and everything. And I got up out of that because I told them that the door was closed. It was no high stakes or nothing like that. But once that door closed, that situation turned for the worse. And yes, that brother got more time for doing this. He already had a life sentence, so it was like a slap on the wrist just to handle some business of some big boy betrayal inside the chain gang. Yo, I tell y'all these stories and bring forth this awareness of the dangers and bring it into the red room so y'all can know it is crazy within these walls, yo. So please, watch yourself out in these streets and don't find yourself in somebody's county jail, prison, or chain gang, because it can happen to anybody at any time. Your roomie can be the one violating you and jacking off to your wife, bro. Think about it. Peace. Yo, what's up? What's going on? It's your boy Big Miz from the zoo. And we're back in the red room. In this situation right here, I'm gonna expound on how dangerous and how serious it is when you come to a prison. It can start off in the county jail. It can start off in the streets. But you get to these jails and then you find your way into a prison, especially the chain gang, the Georgia Department of Corrections, and you come there with a habit, a drug habit, or you get onto a drug and you become addicted to this drug where you spiral out of control. You get to a point in life where you're not managing things correctly. Now you're playing a lot of games and you're only trying to feed your habit. And it gets like that, especially for the guys that's doing a lot of time. They're stressed all the way out and they just want to escape from the world. They don't want to stay in reality. That's a painful place to be at, reality. And this situation right here, I'm going to be speaking about old man Franklin and how he got so caught up on what they call cream, what we know to be amphetamines. And this dude, like, he had to leave 2 different prisons, playing games and owing people, and then catching out because his wife can't fit the bill. She told him that she was done because she felt something weird was going on. She said her spirit is not sitting right with the situation. Something is not right about what you're saying to me, how frequent you're calling me and asking me to send money to this guy and this guy. And the conversation always seemed weird when you're talking to me. You're not even talking in the proper pattern that you usually talk to me in. And he got released from the hole, getting moved around as a sleeper, and got released from the hole to this one camp that I don't feel comfortable opening up that can of worms on exactly what camp it was, because this situation is fairly new. You know what I'm saying? And he came with them same tricks and didn't know this is the wrong camp for that. And I'm going to let you know, yes, it was a level 5 camp. And he started dealing with some young boys, you know what I'm saying, Spedo, and a couple of his homeboys, his affiliates, his gang members, and he started playing games. He had a little bit of money since he was a sleeper in a hole, and he was spending good, getting in their favor. He thought that he was doing good. But once he got low and he was geeking out of his mind, one weekend, this man conjured up a plan. He thought that he can be slicker than oil. He forgot that oil dries. And he went to tell them that he wanted a 200 piece of some ice cream, knowing that he did not have the money to pay for it. He sat up there and faked them out. He faked these dudes out with a facetious little slip saying this money good, just go ahead and put it on your card or whatever. Like he slid them this little piece of paper. They slid him to work, and they found out it was $5 on there. 5. And he forgot it was the weekend. He didn't know that they can move around like that, because he slid through doing around lunchtime hours. He's walking on the walk. He done got out there, got his little pack or whatever, and didn't know that these dudes is now calling around trying to find out exactly what cell this man is in. Once they found out, and they was asking their homies like, yo, who in y'all dorm? Who running y'all dorm right now? Who in the booth? And they said, Mrs. Blase Blah. And this lady right here is somebody that goes to sleep on the job. And they went to the booth. They getting her. She's in the bathroom, knocked out. You know what I'm saying? They waking her up. Boom, 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 banging on the thing. She come out. And she's like, what? What's going on? Like, damn, I'm in the bathroom. You see I'm in the bathroom. They said, look, forget all that. Look, one of my brothers trying to come through like I owe him some money. I need to give him this money. You know what I'm saying? He hungry and he need this money. And I mean, he was like, look, we're going to let you sleep for the rest of the day. We already know what's going on with you. She messing with her hair or whatever. Like, look, y'all gonna have to be quick. Because I don't got no time for all this bullshit. Like, y'all be playing a lot of games. He better be in and out this dorm. And I'm serious. Buddy and them already coming down the walk. They already knew what time it was. They was going to step to her anyway. You know what I'm saying? Whether they brothers had got her out the bathroom or not. And they come on to the small yard. They come to the dorm. She let them boys smooth in. They go creeping up on old man door. And old man Franklin is in there tweet out of his mind. Looking all crazy at the back window. Looking around, tweaking. And he didn't know as soon as that door opened, it was like that for him. And once they got him in there and closed that door, bro, this is the only thing that took place after the fact. And this is sad because at this moment what you're seeing is the beginning part before the promise they made to him. Y'all heard them make him a promise. We're going to take your life. We're going to put wings on you. And they kept up with their promise. Old man Franklin lost his life in the results of his injuries. Because I heard that after they poured him out and all that, they kept beating his body. They plummeted his body. They crushed his skull. Broke his jaw, his eye sockets and everything, you know what I'm saying? Crushed his hands, crushed his ribs, broke his ankles, and all that. Over some cream. Is it worth it? Is it worth you going to these prisons and getting hooked on these drugs and then start playing games and then you're no longer coming home? It's not even worth it. It makes no sense. It's not adding up. Either y'all brothers stop selling to these weak individuals, you know what I'm saying, that just can't get it together, and y'all know the ones who's like that. Or y'all brothers that have these issues and you thinking, yo, drugs is the next alternative, find something else to do. Because you're not just hurting yourself, you're hurting your loved ones that's out there too, man. I'm asking y'all, give yourself a chance behind these bars as well. Just like I asked the people in the streets, be smart, move diligent. Don't put yourself in harm's way and don't do nothing stupid where you're gonna find yourself, man, in somebody's county jail, prison, or chain gang. This your boy Big Miz from the zoo. Like, bro, damn. Yo, what's up? What's going on, y'all? This is your boy Big Miz from the zoo, and I'm back in the red room. And I have a story, man, about an individual named Malik. And he was in 901 Wright Street. I was also there at 901 Wright Street with Malik. And this story is how Malik did not make it out. Yo, this dude, man, he was a cool dude, you know what I'm saying? Like, he was a real down to earth individual. He was quick to type of help you out individual, you know what I'm saying? A younger gentleman, he was probably like 28, 29 at the time. And I saw him kind of like stay in his cell though. Like, it was real wild out there at the time, you know what I'm saying? I think I was on 5 South something, you know what I'm saying, 200 or or 300, and he would keep to himself. He steady be on the phone in the morning time, talking to his girl, planning on trying to get that bail money. That's all he talked about, was that bail money. He was trying to get that bail money, and he stayed in there for like 14 months while his people tried to save up this money so he can jump and then fight his case from the streets. That's all he wanted to do. He was tired of going to court, you know what I'm saying, in that jail suit, because he felt that that was like an omen to him. It was messing him up, you know what I'm saying. And I would see how he'd be smiling big, talking to his kids on the phone, laughing with his girl and stuff like that. He was like, man, I can't wait to go home. Yo, I can't wait to go home. Hell yeah, man. Yo, nah, my girl doing good out there, yo. And my little boy, he asking a lot of questions, man. He always talking about that while we eating at the table, you know what I'm saying? He always talking about he can't wait to get home, you know what I'm saying, to fight his case from the streets. As time is going by, I'm noticing that he's slightly talking about going home because he's getting close. I remember him saying they only had like a couple thousand left to get. And as the time is going by, he's knocking it down. He's like, yo, 1 more 1,000. I'm out of here. Wait, I'm from here. Yo, buddy, I'm from here, bro. I'm from here, bro. You know what I'm saying? And I always be laughing like, yo, this thing be like, yo, I'm from here. I'm from here, bro. You know what I'm saying? He'll go in the cell, boom. He be dancing and everything, happy as I don't know what. And, boy, I remember like it was yesterday. The night that the Sarge came in and said, man, it's your lucky day. Your people down there working on that bail and all. Man, this man went jumping through the door. Yo. They told me they was coming through, but they didn't even call me all day. I was wondering what was going on. Why they wasn't calling, man? My people there, folks. My people there. It looked like he wanted to shed a tear. He running around doing all different type of stuff. Now he working out. He doing stuff that he ain't even usually do. You know what I'm saying? He working out, everything. He playing cards with niggas and all that. Like, yo, come on, y'all wanna play spades? Come on, let's get it. Like, he's opening his shell at the end of his bed. You know what I'm saying? Like, literally. Well, we go and we lock it down. He said, like, he couldn't even take it. It was too much anxiety for him walking back and forth. Like, he started walking back and forth for like 3 hours. Boom, 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 boom. While his people was trying to get him out. We're in the cell. I remember the cats that's in there. One was from Lithonia, another one from the deck, Decatur, you know what I'm saying? And then 2 dudes from Atlanta. One of them was Marcelli and it was me. And they in there beating on the table and they was rapping. And I'm listening to them. We jamming. And I remember when you heard them say, 200, or, yeah, I think they said 200. The door opens, bro. And they called that man name. Yo, when they called that man name, it seemed like everybody was getting released. We heard that name. It was like, oh, yo, that nigga getting out, Malik getting out. Boom, I'm jumping down. And Malik must have heard his name get called. While he was laying there, he's on the bottom bunk. But he forgot at that time that they kept putting in for requests. They kept putting in for requests the whole time he was there about this damn nail that was like this long and real sharp screw at the top of his bed. You know what I'm saying? It's at the bottom of the top bunk, but at the very top of his bed. And he forgot all about it. Yo, once they called this boy name, man, he must have jumped up out of his sleep, bro. And once he jumped up out of his sleep, he must have jumped smooth up. And that nail went and lodged in this man's head. They said it was probably like, at least like 4 inches or something like that in his head. He jumped up so fast, it went smooth through. And his cellie telling him like, yo, they called your name. But he's so stuck. He's stuck at the top bunk with this nail in this man's head with all... Yo, it was a crazy sight, because once his roommate saw it, he jumped out. He like, yo, boom, he bust out the door. He called the officers like, yo, come here. He was like, man, tell him to come on, man. Come on, this train is going. He was like, no, come here, man. He got a hole in his head. Like, come. The officer laughed and was like, man, come on, man. Tell that man to come on, man, before he get left for real. I ain't playing. He was like, yo, the man. Yo, the officer ran over there. He saw what was going on. He run back. He looking for his walkie-talkie. I remember he did not have it. And then he banging on the door, getting them in the booth, telling them, look, call the people. Then they're just paying attention to his movement and know how frantic he was. They call for help. They running down there. It's all these nurses and stuff like that. They were scared to pull that man's head off that nail, because they said that it might hurt him even more. They was trying to figure it out. They had the whole dorm. We all there standing there looking, and cats is just like quiet and all looking, because this was this dude's release. They was coming to pick him up for release so he can go home and be with his family. And yo, I'm trying to tell you, bro, you never know when something is going to happen to you. He would have never thought that, because we would have told him, don't go to sleep, bro. Don't forget about that nail, bro. This man lost his life over a nail, not nobody viciously attacking him or nothing. This was a cause. It was like, yo, this was so bizarre and so crazy, my man. That's why I'm telling y'all, please give yourself a chance out here in these streets, because you don't know if you might get a Malik, you know what I'm saying, and something is wrong in your cell and you get a freak accident and you don't even make it out of the county on the day of your release. That made no sense. I've never saw nothing like that before, never heard of nothing like that before. You know what I'm saying? This man sat there, his eyes wide open, his hands down, with his head looked like it's stuck to the top of the bunk, bro. And that man lost his life that night, and they had to go tell his family that they didn't fix the issue of even shaving down that nail, because they was talking about this can kill somebody. And it did. You know what I'm saying? And for all the people that went through Fulton County Jail 901 Wright Street and had a terrible situation go on with them, you know what I'm saying? Because there's more stories about people that crazy stuff happened in 901 Wright Street, man. You know what I'm saying? Prayers out to all of them. You know what I'm saying? I'm just asking y'all, don't do nothing stupid outside in these streets and find yourself in somebody's county jail, prison, a chain gang, y'all. This your boy Big Miz from the zoo. Y'all be easy, man. Yo, what's up? What's going on? This is your boy Big Miz from the zoo, and I'm back with another story. And yes, we are back in the red room. And this story right here is about an individual that you kind of see in every chain gang. You know what I'm saying? Damn near in every dorm. This individual name was Pug, and we started calling him Let Me Get a Soup, because he was like a Maytag, like a dude that goes around cleaning people's cells. He'll do odd jobs. He'll go running to get hot water for your soup or for your coffee. He trying to sweep out your room, mop out your room, wipe it down, you know what I'm saying, clean it and everything. And he be always saying, let me get a soup. Or he'll invite a situation like, yo, you look tired, man. You look real tired, bro. I see how you leaning on the rail, man. You want me to come up there and knock out your room real quick before inspection? Let me get a soup. Like, this is how he was coming. And he would say that to everybody and anybody about anything. You know what I'm saying? And he'll always say, let me get a soup. And these type of individuals, when they come into the prison system, after they get sentenced, it's like they usually, like, their family will kind of like start distancing themselves from that individual, so they have no backing. They don't have people sending mail into them, you know what I'm saying, sending money orders in. You're not getting no packages, no visits, or none of that. So you're kind of like hustling off the land. And that's how this individual was. He didn't disrespect nobody. He tried to respect everybody because he wanted to work and do something for any and everybody. And I noticed that that was his daily thing. This is what he did. Like, for months that I was there, this is what he'll do. From the break of dawn, when he drinking his coffee and people coming out their cell, he looking like, man, you should let me press that, man. You know I'm up in the laundry now. You should let me press that. You need me to? Let me get a suit. Like, this is how he was coming. Now, there was some people moving around, coming into the different dorms or whatever, and I don't know exactly where he was coming from, but I know the dude that slid up in our dorm, they said that he was down for at least like 20 something years or whatever, and he was in the old chain gang, like Alto days and all that. And this was an older gentleman. He looked very fit for his age, though. If he was like 50 something, close to 60 years old, he looked very fit. He was very tall, like 6'5", you know what I'm saying, slender built. He looked muscular, toned up and everything. Had a butt naked face. Like, he even shaved his mustache, everything off. He just butt naked face. Looked kind of weird a little bit, I'm gonna say that. But he had a real stern face. And when he came into the dorm, he came luggaged up. He had mad bags, mad food and everything. And as people were standing around, they was asking like what he claimed and stuff like that. He walked past everybody. He didn't even look at them. He's standing taller than everybody. He coming in, he walked past them. Boom. He go into his cell, and you could tell his clothes was all extra creased up. He still had the shiny tips on his boots too. You know what I'm saying? And we was fading out of that era, but he was definitely in there. You know what I'm saying? And as he stayed in our dorm, I noticed he would rarely come out the dorm, and then, out his cell, you know what I'm saying, into the day room or anything. He'll always be playing his cell. He had an old radio too, a big boombox radio. I think I spoke about that before. I'm gonna do another video on that another time though, but he's always in there listening to his radio or whatever like that. And then he started coming out telling people about he had a store. You know what I'm saying? He was trying to run a store. He was dealing with a selected few of people or whatever the case may be. And when I saw him talking about it in front of the TV, I noticed, let me get a soup was over there. He was looking at the man or whatever, and I thought that he was about to go start doing his rounds and asking, can he be Maytag and do some work for somebody, buffing out their sale or something like that, and be like, let me get a suit. But he's looking at him talk, and he's standing, he was standing there. He had a soup in his hand, but he went to the dude and he was like, man, how much you do for 2 soups, man? Like, I need 2 beef soups. Like, what you trying to do for 2 beef soups? He was like, it's gonna cost too much, Playboy. It's gonna cost too much, man. He was like, nah, I just want 2 soups. I'll pay it back on store. He was like, it's gonna be 5 soups. It would be 5 soups. You want it or not? What you? And I saw that old head, like, was kind of on some ignorant stuff. You know what I'm saying? How he was doing pug or whatever, let me get a soup. But he was like, come on, follow me, man. And he giving it to him, but he's talking to him before he hands it over to him. Like, he's giving him a whole speech or something. I couldn't really hear exactly the words, but you can tell he's not handing over that soup until he was done talking. Then he gives them the soups, and then they go their different ways. A couple days go past, bro, and store day hits. And let me get a soup is still in his cell. When they call for everybody to go out, he's still in his cell. And I noticed that OG keeps opening his door. He's opening his door a lot, looking out, looking through the door. You close the door, you hear his music blasting too. Every time he open it, you'll hear the music. He looking around or whatever. Now, after store call is over, people is going out to chow and all that. And I'm in the dorm. I did not go to chow, and a couple other people didn't go to chow because we was about to hook something up that day or whatever. And because everybody was good that was with me. And I noticed that OG comes out his cell. He has a pillowcase in his hand, and it looked like something that's inside this pillowcase or whatever. He's walking on the bottom range because that's where he stays at, and let me get a soup stays on the other side. Now he goes around and goes to let me get a soup's door. He's tapping on the door, and then the door's about to open up and this man goes in. Now when he goes in, from that point, like the way he rushed in, it seemed like it was gonna be some loud boom 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 all that in there. It ain't no sound at all. There's no sound going on. and everything. Now, it's probably like maybe 3 to 4 minutes, maybe a little bit longer than that, I don't know, but child is about to come back or whatever. And when dude opens the door, when this man opens the door back up, it's like he went in there for an all-out massacre. This dude came back out with so much of, let me get a soups inside, you know what I'm saying, blood, everything all on his arms, his hands, on the big banger that he had in that pillowcase where he was hiding. He got it all over him, and this man is coming out the cell like this, wiping his face with this man's, all his Kool-Aid out of his body. He's wiping his face with it and everything, and he coming out the cell smiling. This man came out the cell smiling, going back to his cell with the weapon, everything. So I'm talking about, you could tell that he went in there like he was just slaughtering a dog or something up in there, man. And when he went into his cell, everybody is running down there, open the door, and man, this guy, let me get a soup, was in there in his bed. It looked like a horror show up in that spot, man. Like, people were trying to get him up out of there, rushing him to the door for the officer to call for medical. Medical was running down there. They get him up out of there, and this man, he did not make it. He did not make it from that situation, man. Let me get a soup was a good dude. He was a good, solid dude, and this happens to too many people too much in the Georgia Department of Corrections. I'm asking Lord to stay out the streets, stay out the way. Please don't go do nothing stupid and find yourself in Spice County Jail, prison, or chain gang, and you can be part 2. Let me get a soup. Losing your life over 3 soups because the man didn't pay 3 soups. I heard he said he was gonna pay him next week, and that man said it was over. It was a wrap for him, man. This your boy Big Miz from the zoo. I'm going, y'all. Peace. Yo, what's going on, YouTube world and TikTok world? This is your boy Big Miz from the zoo, and I'm back with another story. But as y'all can see, like, my whole area, the whole environment is a little different because I'm going to be telling some stories from the Red Room. And these stories right here is going to be more of the situations where I talk about unalivings of good people that I came across. And this individual right here, man, was actually a good person. This dude was a very, very good person. And this story is about how the YNs unalived Chain Gang Pops over his commissary. Now, I'm going to put you in the mind of Chain Gang Pops, man. This dude, he was a really laid back individual. He already had been down maybe like 17 years before I even got to the Chain Gang. He was already set in his ways. He liked to help people. He did not argue with none of the officers. He didn't get into any trouble. I guess he had already played his games already, kind of like back in the day. So he was kind of settled. He knew his routine. He knew his diet and everything. He always is reading and helping people when they go to the Royal Library. He'll actually even get a ticket to go out with you, or call out to go out with you and help you find your cases and stuff like that, and explain to you the jargon so you'll know exactly where you need to go. He'll put you in the right direction. Now, it was a day like before store day. He was actually walking around like the day before store day, and he was just paying attention. He wasn't saying nothing because he's not the type of person, but he was paying attention to who didn't have things and who did. You know what I'm saying? And he was noticing quite a few people wasn't getting store called. They was hurting, and that's the reality of a lot of people inside of the Chain Gang. Like, people burn their bridges, or their attacks that they did be so messed up, but from back in the day or whatever, and now they're just stuck in jail when nobody holding them down by any means. And he was helping people. He liked to pull up on the young boys when he see them about to get into some trouble, and kind of like give them some proper nasiha. And what I mean by nasiha is like information, you know what I'm saying, ilm, some knowledge, and just let them know that, yo, it's going to be alright. This is the way to go about it. You know what I'm saying? Or if they got written up, he's telling them something from the SOP guidelines so they can get out of that trouble, so they won't mess up their TPMs, their temporary parole months, so they can get out of jail and go live their lives. Now the next day was store day, and they was calling us out to go to the store. And I noticed that he was already at the door with 2 net bags, like he usually have, 2 net bags with nothing in it, because he about to go fill them boys up. And as soon as the lady was like, yo, come on, y'all can go to the store, he's out the door. He's shooting down the walk so he can be early in the line or whatever. Now me and my celly go out there, and we're a couple steps behind him. Well, we getting up there, but now he's in a line. He's like 5th in line, and we're like 10th or 11th inside that line. And as we're getting closer up to go get our store call, he's now receiving his, and he's laughing with the store lady. He's saying, "Yay, sweetie, no, it's fine. Like, how you doing?" and stuff like that, and all that. Saying he's doing good. He's asking how her kids is and all that. Now he's then got his stuff. He done moved to the side, and he's moving his stuff around because some of the stuff he's gonna give out once he goes to the dorm. I already know that. You know what I'm saying? And some of the stuff he's taking straight into his cell. You know what I'm saying? For his personal eating and stuff like that, as how he stretches it from week to week. Now, when we was coming past, going to the store, I saw some young blood members, some real young boys that just got to the jail in Valdosta State Prison, and they're walking on the walk, and they looking real suspect, looking real shot out. A whole bunch of little young boys, probably like 20 to 24, and there was 4 of them, you know what I'm saying, on the walk. And they was just looking like they was up to no good. Now, Chain Gang Pops, he done started walking off. He walking, he's saying hello to everybody. Some officers walk past, he said hello to them. And he's getting down there. Now, once he gets towards these individuals, me and my celly had just got our stuff. I was waiting for him to get his stuff, and I was like, yo, come on, man. Let's hurry up to the dorm, see what's going on, put this stuff up. That's what called Bombay or whatever. He was like, all right, no doubt, let's go. Now, we walking, and then my celly just stops in his tracks. I was like, what's up? He's like, yo, look, bro. So I'm looking, and I see the 4 individuals. They split into 2s. 2 went behind him, and he's walking past them. He nodded his head. He must have said hello to them. But one of them goes and grabs his bag while the old man is trying to go this way. Then grabbed his bag, pulled him back, and everything. He's an older gentleman, a very older gentleman. So now he's playing tug of war with this one young boy. The young boy pulls out a blade, and he's cutting the bag to try for all his stuff to drop. You know what I'm saying? They'll pick it up, and then they'll keep messing with him. Now he's tugging with them, he's ripping the bag, and the other cats that was in front of him now, he got his back towards them, and they pull out. Yo, man, these dudes pull out the longest, sharpest looking tools, like some gold rods and some bone crushes. These things look bone sharp, bro. Like, they don't even supposed to have these tools. How you just got down here and you got these tools, man? I'm talking about, yo, they started digging, and Chain Gang Pops hitting him good. Boom, one take back, the other one going boom, one going back, the other one going down. He trying to turn around and trying to block with them, and the dudes on the other side is doing the same thing. They jumping in, backing up, jumping in, backing up. Chain Gang Pops is getting attacked from all areas. He's damn near like 11 hooks in at this time, where my celly was like, yo, come on, come back. Now I'm sitting there, I'm stuck, because I'm looking, and my intrusive thoughts are saying, yo, go help him. But I know if I do this with this gang faction right here that's handling business with him, I know that it's going to be a problem, and there's a war going to pop off, all because of Chain Gang Pops, or I might not get that assistance because he's nothing that we are. You know what I'm saying? So I started moving back with my celly, and my celly's like, yo, he started talking loud in front of the officer that's in front of the commissary booth. You know what I'm saying? And then the officer looks, and he starts running down there. Boom, he starts calling the code, saying 10, 10, 10, 10. And then all these officers coming from all different directions, but they're coming from far. And you see these boys going crazy with Chain Gang Pop. Face shots, headshots, face shots, headshots. He going like this, trying to block it in his hands and everything. You saw him just fall. Boom. There's so much coming from Chain Gang Pops, and he's painting the sidewalk, man. And yo, he was unalived and left on that sidewalk. They tried to help him out, they could not revive him or nothing, man. I think it was one of the saddest situations that I've saw, because he didn't deserve none of that, of what happened. That's why I'm asking y'all, please stay out the way. Stay out of trouble. Stay out the way. Stay out of trouble. Don't do something stupid and find yourself in somebody's county jail, prison, or chain gang. Because chain gang pops, he didn't deserve it, man. He didn't deserve none of that. And them young boys did him dirty, overly dirty. They overdid him, man. You know what I'm saying? That was a doggone shame, man. This your boy Big Miss from the zoo. Like, share, subscribe to the channel. Like, I'm tired of talking about good dudes that lose their life over some suckers and doing some sucker shit. Word up, man. I'm going, y'all. Peace, y'all.